The election is close and going to come down to individual votes on Election Day, which has many people asking, what happens if it ends in a tie? Texas Tech is welcoming a celebrity guest here on campus today as my friend Duke right here attends college. Texas now has over 500 cases of measles, with 2 deaths being here in Lubbock County. Recent data from research group YouGov shows that 1 out of 4 people have ended a relationship due to political arguments. I am outside of the Lubbock Civic Center, where the Lubbock Lions Pancake Festival has been going on since 9 a.m. It gave people the chance to shop local and pick up some fresh ingredients, just like these homemade sourdough sweet treats. The focus of the day was on topics important to legislatures, such as national security, healthcare, and how our Texas Tech system is catering to those needs. Today, right here in these 2 chairs behind me in KTXT Studios, former Congressman Kent Hance interviewed current Congressman and Chairman of the Budget Committee, Jody Arrington. I'm Kiley Phillips, giving you a look inside of this week's issues. The measles outbreak that started here in West Texas has gained the attention of media around the country, but experts say the spread could have been avoidable. The most recent report shows that so far there have been 146 cases in the state. This includes 1 death, 20 hospitalizations, and all but 5 are unvaccinated individuals. The outbreak started in West Texas about an hour outside of Lubbock. The first infections were reported in Gaines County, which is home to a large Mennonite community, a tight-knit group of individuals who are characteristically anti-vaccine. However, medical professionals have not been able to speak to the start of the outbreak specifically. Adam Ratner, a pediatric infectious diseases physician in New York City, said that he dealt with a measles outbreak back in 2018. Between this and his time caring for children during COVID, he realized that America was dealing with a problem communicating public health measures and managing infection control.
So when there are drops in vaccination levels, when there's not trust in public health, you see measles outbreaks first.
Dr. Jessica Gray at UMC Medical Center in Lubbock, Texas, says that an infection like measles has the ability to spread so rapidly in areas where there's a large concentration of unvaccinated individuals.
In an area where people are not vaccinated, then that virus just spreads like wildfire.
Her solution? Vaccination. If one person has measles, the National Foundation of Infectious Diseases reports that 90% of non-immune people in contact with that person will become infected. Someone with measles is contagious for 4 days before and 4 days after the rash appears. Someone can gain immunity to measles through the MMR vaccine. Most people typically receive the vaccine around 12 to 15 months of age for their first dose and 4 to 6 years old for their second dose, according to the CDC. The vaccine is 93% effective on the first dose and 97% effective on the second dose.
There's really not any other herbal supplements. I'll tell you right now, vitamin A does not prevent measles.
Gray said that in specific cases, they use vitamin A to treat measles, but it's very different than just buying it from your local grocer. Vitamin A in large amounts can lead to toxicity, which can cause acute to chronic harm as well as a potential for overdose, according to the National Library of Medicine. Many have asked what it's going to take to stop the measles outbreak in Texas.
Measles is super contagious, and it stops spreading when it runs out of new people it can spread to.
Former Congressman Beto O'Rourke is visiting campuses across the state to mobilize young voters. He was at Texas Tech this past week, where he discussed the importance of voting in this election. October 7th marks the deadline to register to vote in Texas, and early voting in the state starts in just 2 weeks.
And every voter out there who wonders whether their vote matters, you literally have the power to decide the outcome in 2024.
O'Rourke said that in Texas, no one is expecting Gen Z to turn out and vote. The former congressman is working with Powered by People to register college students.
Once registered, that every voter has what they need to be able to cast that ballot. So where's my nearest early voting location? When does early voting start? October 21st. What kind of ID do I need to be able to cast that ballot?
O'Rourke says that young people choose not to cast their ballot because they feel it won't make an impact.
No one in this country outside of your generation believes that you're going to make a difference. They have already written you off. They've counted you out. You have the opportunity to shock and surprise the world, not just Texas.
The state does not offer online registration, so if you're a first-time voter, you're going to have to mail or hand in your application. Texas residents and college students at Texas Tech can register to vote in Lubbock County or head home to cast their ballot. But to vote by mail, Texans must be 65 or older, have a disability, be incarcerated, be outside of the country, or giving birth within 3 weeks of Election Day.
It is not easy. So it just means that we have to work that much harder to overcome that suppression and that intimidation to make sure that we get people out to vote.
He says that as a country we have overcome so much to get to where we are today, and that voting is a freedom and something that's at stake this election.
Just remembering that before you're a Democrat or I'm a Republican, or you're of one faith and I'm of another, we are Americans, we're Texans, we're human beings, and we should treat one another with the dignity and respect that we deserve.